Let's get this going here. All right, waiting for people to come up into the live stream here. It's kind of dry today. Hopefully we get some people in here soon. We're gonna wait like around 10 minutes to get for people to start coming in this room right here and get set up. So hang on one second. Let me see what I got here. Just want to make sure everything's good. All right, we got one guy in here who's... Oh, we got 3 people in here. Okay. Got 5. Let's keep it going. All right. Thinking about turning off the light for this one because it's really, really bright in here. Hang on. Let's get this going right here. I think that will be a little easy for you guys to see me. Is this better or is the other way better? Ugh. Yeah, that's actually crappy lighting. Gotta love this iPhone, this crappy iPhone front-facing camera. I'm just gonna have to leave the light on. Yo, Connor K, what's going on, man? What's going on? Oh, dropping stuff on the floor. I want to get more people in this room before we start. I'll talk to you guys a little bit about what to expect in the upcoming weeks. And then we'll come back. And then, obviously, of course, we're going to do some Q&A. That's what this is about. I know you guys have a bunch of questions for me. So, JMC Rides, what's going on, man? Yo, I'm digging the content in this guy, bro. I'm digging the content with this guy. But we're just going to wait and get some more people in here. But how y'all doing, man? How's everyone's... let's see. Connor wanted to ask, opinion on straight piping. I'm not a fan of it. Straight piping, you really lose all the sound. Like sometimes, like for instance, I'll give an example. Like let's take a G37, right? Let's take a G37 for instance. I heard one of those with a straight pipe, and it doesn't sound that great. But like let's say if you have a different type of muffler, you have your straight pipe, it's got to be loud. It's absolutely got to be loud. Let's see what else we got. Evan. I'm not a fan of straight piping, no, Connor, just to answer your question. It's not really for me. I like it. I like my exhaust loud. Don't get me wrong. I think my car is extremely loud the way that it is, but I still have a resonator and a muffler on my car. Obviously it's from Corsa. The way they design their muffler and resonator, it actually makes the car sound loud. It has a really nice tone to it, but it doesn't create drone. So it's definitely not bad. Evan, hey, bro, just picked up a Mark 7 GTI. Congratulations, bro. Any first mod suggestions? Yeah. Evan, really quickly, is your car DSG or is it manual? I need to know that first. DSG. Okay. So, honestly, is it a 7.5? Like, is it 2019, 2018, or is it a used one? I don't know. Yeah. So, all right, just really quickly. If it is a used one, I would say, I don't really... It's a 2016. Okay. Here's what I would do. If I bought a used car, I bought my car new. And don't mind if you hear that tearing noise. That's just this damn cheap IKEA chair that I always sit in because I have no other chair in my room. So, but 2016 with DSG, I would flash it. I'll just be honest with you. I would flash the car, get you that extra power, that initial power bump, especially since you don't have to worry about, clutch failure just yet. Once you go to stage 2, though, you're going to have to You're going to have to change the clutch on the car. But since you're DSG, you're fine. Connor, and the MPG is shit. Is that normal? What do you considered bad MPG, Connor? I'm curious. Let's see what's going on here. We got 10 people in here. All right. Cancel, cancel, cancel. Brina's Beauty Secrets. Yo, what's going on? She has a Mark 6 Jetta that she made look like a Golf R. She needs to get that bumper repainted in the front. Hearts. I'm just playing with you, but you still, yeah, you really need to get the bumper repainted. Like, because it's black. It's black from factory. Let's see. Evan's like, that's what I was looking to. I've been narrowing it down to Unitronic or APR. Oh, you did paint the bumper. Thank you. Now it looks all white now. Evan, let's see. Unitronic or APR, not bad. They're definitely not bad at all. I would definitely recommend either or. I know my buddy, I'm sure you follow his channel as well. If you're into my channel, then you probably heard of this kid. George, his name is JSMK7. He's actually Unitronic, religiously Unitronic. He loves it. He has no issues with the tune. Unitronic's a little bit more on the conservative side than APR. I know a lot of people who have APR. APR is pretty much like the go-to when it comes to tuning Audis and Volkswagens, or other brands as well, like Porsche and Lamborghini. But yeah, I mean, I would necessarily look into those two options. The good thing about Unitronic, they give you a cable, and as long as you have a Windows computer, you're able to flash your car from different maps and including stock. APR, you can't do that, so it's unfortunate, but you won't be able to do that with that. Let's see. Or you could do what I did. It's also like Unitronic, but that gives you way much more adjustability and just like customization. I have a Cobb access port. Now, Cobb supports Porsche, Nissan, Volkswagen, Ford. Crap. I'm missing a brand. I said Mazda. And a couple other brands. But it's, come on, Jay. Subaru and Evo. Come on, wow. But literally, Cobb is pretty cool for a few reasons. One, you don't have a cable. You don't have a cable, but you do have this actual module. The module does a number of different things. It's a code reader, so you can scan for engine codes. You can clear those codes. Two, you can tune the car right on the fly. You could tune the car right on the fly if you want to, so you can switch from different maps. I believe when you buy a Cobb Access port, it's $650. However, you get a stage 1, stage 2, stage 3 maps. Stage 1 will consist of either an intake or without an intake. Stage 2 would consist of a downpipe and an intercooler. According to Cobb, their off-the-shelf maps require an intake and an intercooler for stage 2. I'm sorry, an intake, downpipe, and an intercooler for stage 2. And for stage 3, that's their IS38 setup. So IS38 would be the Golf R turbo if you were willing to swap turbos and you want even more power. A lot of people say Cobb tunes are crappy just because, and they're not crappy. You have to understand is that they sell to the masses. They sell in all 50 states. So they have to have a tune that's capable of working efficiently and with no issues at all in those 50 states. So that's why the numbers are really conservative on that. But the also cool thing, the good thing of the good thing about Cobb though is that if you want to, like, let's say if you're, you want some extra sauce, like let's say if you want to, throw some E85 at the car, or if you're doing mods and you want to really get the full potential out of your car, then you can do what is called Cobb Pro Tunes. So these are actual Pro Tuners that are all around the country, and they're certified Cobb Pro Tuners or Access Port Tuners. And they're able to tune your vehicle to give you a custom mapping. Unitronic does not offer that, and APR does not offer that. So as you guys know, I did in my last video, if you have not seen that, I suggest you go watch it. It is, I revealed the big turbo setup that I'm going with. It is an IS38 hybrid from Litco, and I'm actually going to be doing that fairly soon. as far as the installation on that. Now, I can't use a Cobb off the shelf map to run something like that at its full potential. So I need someone to really play with the numbers and tune the car, um, seeing what's going on with the car and tuning it accordingly based on what they see. That's called a Pro Tune. Think of it like a suit. You actually go into a store. Let's say you go into Macy's. I'm going to use Macy's for an example. You go into a Macy's, you buy a suit, not tailored anything like that. You just buy a suit. It fits you. Like it somewhat fits you. It fits okay. That is like an off the shelf map. Think of this. Think of a Pro Tune like more like you're going to a custom tailor and you're getting a suit custom made for you. You start off with a basic suit, but then you bring in the arms, you bring in the chest, you bring in the back part of the pants, and you have the suit that only fits specifically to you. That's the best way to explain it. But yeah. So we reached the 10-minute mark. We got about 14 people in here. So guys, welcome. I want to say welcome to everybody. It's another Q&A. Like I say, I do these once a month. If I can't reach everybody's comments, what I suggest that people do is keep a lookout for these videos once a month. Everyone can get in here and definitely ask me any question that they need to in regards of the build or the channel. I'm not going to answer too many personal questions, but you know, just wanna let everybody know. That's my finger. I'm scrolling through the comments. So, Evan, you're welcome. And I believe you wrote something else too. You said you were leaning more towards the. Okay, you like the idea of Uconnect. I'm so more leaning towards Unitronic because I'm in Canada and it's almost $300 cheaper to go Uni instead of APR. Yeah, that'll be a difference. Um, and the results are similar. I have used Cobb before in the Subaru community. I haven't looked into Cobb for VW World yet, to be honest. I might start looking at that. I'm telling you, man, it's not a bad option to go with. You'll be very happy with that choice. And the fact is, if you get rid of the car, God forbid, if you crash the car and anything else, if you need to sell that access port, you can make, they go on in the used market right now. Cobb access ports go anywhere from 500 to 550 bucks. So, there you go. But yeah, so before I get into the comments, I wanted just to give you guys just a quick discussion of what I'm going to be doing on the channel. Currently I'm refreshing the car as far as body work with paint and stuff like that. So that I don't have the car right now. But what I'm going to be doing is that in the next few weeks, probably definitely heavy content in April. Definitely content in April. You're going to see things such as the turbo swap, of course. I am going to be putting coilovers on the car. We're going to get it ready for track. So we're doing really crazy track stuff with the car. So, we're doing some cosmetic stuff to the car as well as some performance mods, maintenance as well. So we're going to be doing a bunch of different stuff. And of course, I will take you guys along for the ride. And also, things of that nature. Now, I want to just discuss with you guys, it has been confirmed. I believe it is May 18th and 19th this year, obviously, evidently, of course, this year, at European Experience. I know VAG Fair is a week before, but your boy JR14 will be at European Experience, and I'm not just going to be there, I'm going to be in the show. So you're going to see Project Mark 7 in all of its glory, up close and personal at European Experience, and you're going to see, obviously, I'm going to be at, I'm going to be at the Aerofab booth. Aerofab makes, as you guys know, Aerofab makes fantastic aero products for Audi, Volkswagen, and soon another type of vehicle, but I'm not going to be the one to disclose that information. He's going to reveal that information on his website when he's good and ready. But obviously, you'll see the car with the rear diffuser, and you'll see it with the new version, the Street Edition V2 front splitter on the car, up and close and personal. And of course, he'll be accepting orders there as well. So if you do want to purchase one for your Mark 7 and you're interested, I believe he will be taking orders there. He'll be there to answer any questions that you may have. And my car will be a good example of what you'll be able to see in person. So I will be there definitely for sure. I also will definitely be at Eurocracy this year. I'm excited. I'm running that car on the track like a beast. I prepared this car. the car will be prepared to run on track, with the tires and the brakes and the turbo setup, and our, we have an intercooler in the car, so we have all this stuff to keep it cool, to keep it safe, to keep it fast. So I definitely will be at your Rockasy in Canada this year in Montreal at iCar Raceway, and I think it's Maribel, Canada. Um, Now, I have not heard when the show is going to confirm yet. Um, but you're looking at about, I believe it's going to be mid-July, or like the third week of July. I'm probably going to be at your Waterfest, of course. I love that show, and it's really close to my hometown in New York, so I will definitely be there as well to say what's up to you guys. I believe I'll be in the DKM booth. I'm not sure if they're going to be there this year yet, but I'll definitely let you guys know as we get closer to that time frame. But yeah, so you're going to see a bunch of different stuff coming up. I have a lot of different boxes and stuff here. I got a lot of packages, a lot of stuff to install in the car, very little time. And of course, you guys are going to see some POV drives after all this stuff is done. I'm going to do a POV drive before and after. So a lot of you guys have been asking me about that as well. I will definitely be doing that. But you'll definitely see some stuff on the channel in regards of POV drives, track drives, autocross drives. Oh, yes, another show I'll be at in June. I believe it's June 7th and June 8th. Eurofest in Connecticut at Lime Rock Raceway. I will be there as well. I will definitely be racing the car on the autocross track there. So definitely guys, look out for that. And if you guys are in the tri-state area, June 7th and June 8th, I will have VIP access, so I will be there. If you can get your VIP passes, just go to eeuroparts.com or give them a call and ask for Adam, and he'll be able to assist you with everything of that nature. So you'll be good to go. And I believe they're about $300, but that includes a breakfast. That includes unlimited time at the autocross track. You get seat time. I believe they're doing a thing where they race the M3 race car, the E92 race car on the actual Lime Rock track, and you are in the passenger seat getting that you're in that experience. You're on the track with them. Obviously, you're not driving the car, but you will get that experience. I suggest you guys come all out, and I will definitely be there, of course. So, JR14 will definitely be there with Project Mark 7, and again, you guys will see the car firsthand. Also, really quickly before I start answering these comments, want to let everybody know that definitely will be hosting a few local meets in the New York City area. Subscriber meet and greets. So if you guys are in the tri-state area, New Jersey, Connecticut, or if you guys are in New York, if you're traveling for New York, I will definitely be hosting these events as well. Trying, just like a couple meets here and there, and then, probably, going for food and stuff like that as well. I want to get to know you guys too, my audience, guys who you guys have supported me for a while now. So, definitely will be doing that. But I want to get into some of these comments. So I see you guys are chatting away in here. So let me get back to the nitty gritty. Let's see what we have here. Going back. Newspeed 1970. What's going on, man? Let's see. What do I do for a living? Well, I am a financial data analyst. I work for a financial firm in Long Island. It's pretty cool. I'm looking to switch jobs though. I mean, but they're cool. They're definitely cool. But I want to advance my career path sooner or later. So that's what I do. Brianna's secret, beauty secret said, excited to see how much power you're going to produce. Yes. So I'm excited how much power I produce. So far my goal for that is definitely going to be in the 400 horsepower range. With this turbo kit, it's definitely going to put me in that range. And that's before E85, and that's before, I'm not doing the whole E85 thing, but I probably will upgrade the high pressure fuel pump eventually, as time goes on. So hopefully if I get in the 400s, that is good for me. That car will be a rocket on the track. So let's see what else we have here. That was a great analogy, input. Let's see. Jerry Joseph says, for a daily driver, I'd never plan for a daily driver that I never plan to track, I really experience the benefit. Would I really experience the benefit of a Golf R over a GTI? No, you won't. Honestly, and I could be honest with you on that, you really have to push an R, like really push it to really get true potential, the handling characteristics, to get that rear Haldex system to actually work. You really have to push that car. And the only real play, I mean, you could do it on the street, but you know that's illegal. And you have to really be on the track to really get the full benefit of the car. I mean, if you got the money, go for a Golf R. Me personally, when you're comparing a Golf R, a lot of people ask me like, "Hey, do you think?" Um, um, a lot of people ask me like, "Oh, the Golf R, it's a much better car, and this, that, and the third." Yes, the motor is slightly better in regards of its internals, but in regards of like an everyday drive and power to power and weight to weight and practicality to practicality, you can't beat a GTI, especially for $10,000, $15,000 less. I believe a DSG 2019 or 2018. Yeah, they finished the 18s. So 19s, you can only pre-order them right now. 2019 Volkswagen Golf R with DSG goes for $46,000. Um, so yeah. So there you go. So I don't think necessarily that'll be something that I would do. But let's see what else we got here. Me personally, I would choose GTI night and day over Golf R if it was daily driving capabilities. And GTIs are very capable on the track as well. So, definitely, you'll definitely be able to get to see that. Let's see what other comments do we have here. Do you think cold air intakes are a waste of money? Um, Yes and no. So I noticed that, you really don't get any power gains from a cold air intake that's open. Like, let's say, the one that has the filter exposed. But pretty much with that being said, hang on a second. But pretty much that being said, um, you could pretty much do different things when it comes down uh, to that. I mean, I don't really know. I mean, it just depends on your preference. Now, when you get an intake, right, and you want it for noise and sound, you'll definitely get more turbo noises. And of course, it's a placebo effect. Like, okay, well, maybe like, well, I feel like it's faster because, I feel like it's faster. That, oh wow, I hear the noise and you're in the experience and you feel like it's faster, but it probably really isn't. However, closed box intake systems that can run a little bit more efficient than stock. If you ever look inside the stock airbox has these baffles in it to keep the system cold. However, that restricts airflow in a huge way. So, it's just depending on that. So I hope that answers your question. Like in my car, if you haven't seen that video, MST Performance Cold Air Intake System, I have that on my car. It's a closed box system, so the filter is not exposed. And I do notice that my IATs are like a couple degrees colder just because of the fact that the air stays cold in the intake box. So it definitely benefits it. I would suggest if you were looking at an intake, you could do MST Performance like I have, Forged Motorsports. They have a beautiful carbon fiber setup that I really like, but, it costs money. I think it's like a $500 unit. USP just came out with something that was pretty cool too, like a short ram. Who else? You can go with the R600 kit from Raceline. Engine makes something similar to that, but it's engine. I mean, when I think of engine, I think of Hondas back in the day. That was usually like the go-to intake to get. Let's see. All right. So I hope that answers your question about the cold air intakes. Evan, I answered that question already. Yes, I will be at Eurocracy this year, which is June 15th and 16th. So make sure you remember that. Should I stick to my straight pipe or get a... I've never heard of that system before. Connor, do you have a Mark 7 or do you have a Mark 6? If you have a Mark 7, wait, I think he has the 3-door. I think, Connor, I think you're the one that has the 3-door if I'm wrong. Mark 7. But I would go with a catback system. I've never heard of that company, so I can't recommend it to you. However, that Corsa, though, so good. I love the way it sounds. It doesn't drone. It doesn't sound like when you're on it, it sounds really good and clear. Like it has a really good note. So Bree 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 Brianna's beauty secrets. I keep having to say her name is Sabrina, so I have to take the "sa" out of it. So Brina's beauty secrets. Oh, so you'll be at Eurycracy. Awesome. I will definitely be there as well. I can't wait to see you. Calvin will not be there, however. I don't think. Actually, no. I think he actually might go. I think Calvin might go to Eurycracy. If you guys don't know Calvin, everyone who's in this group, if you don't know who Calvin is the gentleman who helped me with my downpipe. He's been in the videos in the beginning. Shout out to him. He definitely is working, and he's working hard. And then right after he works hard, he only sleeps for an hour, goes pick up his brother from school, and then goes to automotive school at night. So, yo, um, so definitely shout out to him. Oh, Bria. So, I'm sorry. Um, Brina's Beauty Secrets is going to UX, not Eurycracy. No, he will not be going to Eurycracy, unfortunately. So let's see what else we have here. Um, do I get drone with my Corsa? Oh no, he's asking kind of does he get drone with the straight pipe? I don't know why my chat has disclosure, bro. Uh, uh, I don't know either. Let's see. Yes, can't wait to see a Eurycracy. Well, just honestly a cheap crap. I've seen it rust within a month. Cheap metals and quality. Well, Peter can attest to it. I can't because I don't own it. But Peter, there you go. Let's see. So he says, so Connor says the drone's on the highway and I'm doing above 2,000 RPM. So pretty much when you're on the highway, driving at normal highway speeds, it drones. Because normally the normal cruising speed would be like around 2,500 RPM. So pretty much your car drones anytime it's on the highway. But city driving not a lot, yeah, because you're driving a lot slower in the city. Peter, I would go with an AWE touring. Yeah, that'll keep it quiet. That's out of my budget. Trust me, it's obnoxious, especially when you get down the route of getting a downpipe. Very true. Let's see. Tech 2NR says, "Hey Jared, how are those tires holding up?" Yo, my Accelera 651s, obviously it's New York City. It's winter well, it's about to be spring, but it still feels like freaking winter. However, I took the wheels off for the winter because they're summer tires and I'm not trying to kill myself or kill the car by crashing into a tree. So, I have my stock wheels on right now with the Cooper tires. They're holding on well. However, I'm going to have to change the tires again next year because they're worn down. I did get a little bit of slippage and some snow, but, you know, I was able to manage it okay. But the Acceleras, I raced on the track a couple times, and I've gotten good use out of those tires. I believe I have a nail in two of them, so I'm going to get two new ones from Tire Street. But I'm not changing that tire setup. I love the Accelera 651 summer tires. They're not noisy. They last long for 200 tread wear, I'll give you that. And they're cheap. They're not expensive. So definitely reach out to Tire Streets on Instagram. They definitely have some crazy deals on some tires. And I believe they came out with like a street summer tire or a street all-season performance tire that they're adding to the lineup too. So definitely check them out on that because it definitely is pretty cool. And again, affordable. So I probably will go with those setups for the all-seasons. Let's see. Came home to a cracked spoiler, wifey's MK5. Well, yep, that happens. That's why I don't try to go with like a body kit type of splitter, just because of the fact that it's made out of fiberglass, and as soon as you hit something, it shatters. So definitely not gonna do any type of like splitter like that in the front. Had Miltech, but I should have kept it. Yeah, Miltech's pretty much one of the best exhaust systems on the market. That and Army Tricks. I mean, everyone raves about Army Tricks, but it's expensive. There's a company, speaking of exhaust systems, there's a company that I looked at a while ago. I'm actually no, a couple weeks ago. They're called Urban Exhaust. Bro, they're a titanium exhaust system for the GTI. Bro, $3,200. Oh, $3,200. That's expensive. I can't afford that. Um, I'm just not even gonna try. And obviously it's valves too and all that other stuff. So let's keep going with the comments here. Unseen dip in the parking lot and hit a squirrel all in one day. That'll do it. Let's see. Sneaker Bully, did you upgrade the throttle body pipe? Not yet. I'm going to be ordering those as well with the turbo kit. So hopefully I will be able to get that in time. But that's on the list. That's definitely on the list. Probably get it from like ECS Tuning because they're metal. Damn, I'm hurt just by reading that. Yep. I mean, it happens. Wifey hit a squirrel unseen in the front and ooh, Relger kit cracked. A3 versus Golf R. You really can't compare the two except that they have the same Heldex system. You know, A3 would be compared to like a GTI as an S3 would be morely compared to a R because of power and turbo difference. 46,000 without mods, insane Golf R. You should do a video on tips and tricks for buying used. Emmanuel, not a bad idea. Yo, I might actually do that. I might actually, okay. I might, you know what? That's a good idea, Emmanuel. He said you should do a video on tips and tricks on buying a used Mark 7 GTI or any GTI in general for the mileage to avoid and what to avoid. Emmanuel, you and me gonna talk, buddy. Because that was pretty dope. Just got my first Mark 7 last week. What will be an easy and affordable mod you can put on her? As I was telling Evan M, there's a few things that you can do. You can do if you're let's see. What would you do first? I would say you can do a number of different things. You can I would say do intake. Intake's really easy, and it helps you get comfortable with the platform of taking stuff apart if you like to do it yourself. Dog bone mount. They're cheap, and they're necessary. A dog bone mount is underneath the subframe. So if you ever jacked up your car, you would see like a circle piece in the center with like an insert in it with a bolt. That's the dog bone mount. So GTIs from factory have a lot of wheel hop. So when you launch the car, you get a lot of bop, 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 and then the car starts to go. Sounds like you're breaking and you're ripping the car apart when you're doing that, but it's just wheel hop. So the wheel's kind of bouncing up and down because they're getting no traction and they're skipping. You could do like me. I have a I don't have an insert. I actually completely changed the dog bone mount. It does vibrate on sometimes of, you know, on like, let's say when you have the AC on in the summertime, but I barely, but definitely, I mean, I haven't had any major concerns with it. When you're driving with it, it's perfectly fine. So really not that big of a deal. I would recommend that. And if you don't want you don't want so much vibration when you want to change the whole unit itself, you can actually get the inserts. You can get the inserts that you can slide in there and then put like an adapter piece and a new bolt in. So this way it prevents it's still rubber. It actually is like a polyurethane, but it gives it a little bit more, it gives it some flex, but not too much. It makes it a little bit more rigid. You should be okay with that. Let's see what other questions we got here. JB4. Oh yeah, you can get a JB4. If you're not comfortable tuning the car because if it's brand new, you don't want to go through warranty, you can do one or two things. Do three things. One, you could do what I did and said, screw warranty, I'm tuning the car. That's one. Two, you can find a certified Volkswagen dealership that will tune your car with APR, which means you will keep your factory warranty if a Volkswagen dealership flashes the car for you. That's two. Or you can go what is called JB4. Now, JB4 is pretty much a unit where it plugs into a couple of sensors in the car and manipulates the ECU numbers as far as its parameters, but there's no detection of it as far as tune. It's not a flash. It's what you would call a piggyback tune. So pretty much it's just a computer that's plugged into other parameters that the ECU reads off of to tell the engine what to do. Since it changes those numbers like boost pressure can go up and stuff like that, you'll be able to do that as well. You know, you'll be able to change parameters. You'll be able to see. You can actually data log. George from Berger Motorsports actually sells them. They're a good. That's a good solution. And then when you need to go to car, if you need to bring in the car for service, or if if you have a warranty issue and you need to take it out, you can actually just unplug the sensors, plug them back into the original harnesses, and then be on your way. And then you know, Volkswagen will never know. There's no real detection on a JB4. But you are limited in power though. So just keep that in mind. I mean, you're not going to really get the full potential of a piggyback versus an actual tune. So let's see. Yeah, Forge Motorsports makes a great cold air intake on $545. Yeah, that's a lot of money for an intake. I'm not even gonna lie to you. It is carbon fiber, but that's a lot of money for an intake. I mean, I guess you could say it's better priced than the APR one. That's like almost $700. Four door. Oh, it's a Mark 7 four door. Okay. Let's see. Two tune, big difference. If you want a simple intake and exhaust change. Let's see. Do you think MPG is affected by my straight pipe? Possibility, but not a big difference. Not like a whoa, that's terrible type of difference. It's probably because you have your foot in it a lot too, and not realizing it. But me, like I drive to work with my Mark 7. I'm actually not straight pipe, but I'm catless. I have a resonator and a muffler on my Corsa catback exhaust, and I get like 30 to 33 mpg. Um, Now, Connor, if you went from 25 to 27 mpg to 21, I would say that's more of oil changes. If you don't do, I suggest that you do your oil changes every, I would say change the air filter. Um, Change the air filter if you haven't already. Could be, wait, could there would be air leaking? Possibility, maybe in your air intake. Maybe you have an exhaust leak. That's another thing. Maybe maybe you have to change your air filter. Change your oil. Sometimes that definitely helps. Um, and also the type of gas you're running too. Maybe the gas is bad or something like that, and it's not as good content of 93 or whatever you run in the car. Um, let's see. What else do we have here? I'm going to European Experience in Eurotripper. I don't know what Eurotripper is, but please shoot me a DM and let me know what that is. Brina's Beauty Secrets. Let me know what Auto Tripper is as far as the show. I would like to go to that because I don't know if that is local by me or is somewhere where I have to travel. But I'm curious as far as the dates on that. Uh, the Samsung. Did LeBron James ruin his legacy? I don't know. I mean, I'm sure he's doing it for the fame and stuff like that. Did you ever get moisture in your fog lights? Corey Berg says, did you ever get moisture in your fog lights? Both of mine on the lower side have the same thing. People say it. They all do it. Feedback. Yes. Condensation is a very common thing in the Mark 7 fog lights. So I wouldn't worry about it. None of my lights have never gone out or got any real water content in them. It's just moisture because of the fact they're hot and the cold sometimes creates a little bit of condensation inside of them. I would say just turn your fog lights on and leave them on like during the day, something like that sometimes, and it like depletes it. But don't worry about it. I didn't, and I have my car for 2.5 years now. It had that condensation from the very beginning. I brought it to the dealer. They looked at it. They said there was nothing wrong with it. And then I noticed that when I went to my first Volkswagen meet with all these like 10 different Mark 7s, they all did them. So, um, so there's an option right there for you. So I would just say rock with it. If you can still see your fog lights nice and clear, then I wouldn't worry about it. I got that Corsa, bro. I think that's the way to go. Yeah, exhaust setups, bro. I don't hear any other GTI that sounds like my car with that Corsa exhaust. And I'm not bragging or anything like that, but just the Corsa just gives that defined tone that I really like. Stop Lisa said, any word on Ignition Tube's new whip? He smacked the S4 last week. Actually, I'm good friends with Ignition Tube. He didn't, someone crashed into him. Well, actually, he crashed into a snowplow, but the snowplow was making a wide turn. He explains on his channel. Go to his channel, Ignition Tube. to see that. But what I would say though is that he actually crashed his car about a month and a half ago. It was a while ago. I believe it was either end of January, beginning of February, around that time. I think he has a new car right now. I don't know what it is. I believe that I think he has a teaser photo on his Instagram page of what the possibility of the new car is. I haven't asked him that. I want him. I'm curious of what it is too. I want to be for the surprise, but I'm sure it's another Audi product. He really loved Audis, and I don't think since he added an S4, I don't think he'll go back to a Volkswagen product just because of the fact that the Audi platform is actually all-wheel drive. So I think that he will get something either the same or something a little bit better. Um, let's see. Emmanuel said, "Please, I've been looking for a video on it, but would like to hear from someone in New York area like me." Okay, no, definitely. And as I take my car apart to do these parts, I'll write the list of stuff down to look out for, bushing, stuff like that. So definitely should be okay. Jerry Joseph says, how would you describe the E90's turbo beamers driving experience compared to GTIs? Completely different. I would say that you really can't compare. A lot of people keep asking me about BMWs compared to GTIs. You really can't compare the two. That's like comparing apples to oranges. Now, that's not to say that, the sensation for those two cars are really different. So if I'm going for stock, I can't really compare aftermarket. No tunes, nothing. So, now here's what I did. Here's what I would assume. So GTI, based on what I experienced, here's what I've experienced. So with this being said, I've heard that I've heard from BMW people that the power is really linear. It comes on strong, but it's very smooth considering the fact it's a 6-cylinder. GTI's power is an IS-20, so the characteristics of a turbo on a 4-cylinder, that turbo on a 4-cylinder, it actually punches very hard to about 4,500 RPMs. Then when you get to about 5, it tapers off. So you really need to look at the power differences between the two. Me personally, I think a GTI will feel more nimble in the corners versus a BMW. But just because of the fact that it's 3,000 pounds, it's a lot lighter, it's smaller. Rotation on that car is going to be a lot better. So, that's just to give you an idea. Let's see what other questions that we have here. Let's see. Replica wheels versus real wheels. I'll do that. But the only controversy on that is that there actually are some companies that make replica wheels that make quality wheels, just similar designs. And that's kind of somewhat what people look for sometimes. Let's see. Dog bone mounts are not necessary. I beg to differ. Because when I have my car with the stock dog bone mount and then I changed it, the characteristics of the handling in regards of the launching of the car were completely different. I'm able to launch the car harder. I'm able to launch the car smoother without any drama from the wheels. I eliminated wheel hop when I did that dog bone mount. So, that's definitely, something I have to say about that. Let's see. You run regular fuel in your GTI? No, that's your big problem right there. Don't put regular in your car. No. 93, bro. Put premium in your car. Premium is what's recommended for that car. A lot of these new Mark 7s, the dealership tells you, well, you can run this and you can run that. Performance turbo engines should run 93. Of course, you're going to get crappier gas mileage because of the fact that you're running a lower octane fuel. Yo, Adrian, what's up, man? Yo, what's up, bro? I'm sorry for butchering your name, but I'm actually going to read this comment here. So he has a question. He has a blown IS-38 from a buddy's Golf R. Should I rebuild it and install it on my Mark 7.5 GTI or buy a hybrid turbo? Now, here's the thing with that. I was actually in your shoes one time because I was like, all right, well, maybe I could find a blown IS-38. They go for $300 on the forums for like $350 for a blown IS-38, right? So count 350. You're 350 in the hole already. Now you have to find a shop that'll rebuild that turbo. So think about it. So maybe rebuilding a turbo is like $500-$600 just to OEM spec, right? So now you're about so let's say if you spent, let's just say you spend 600-700 bucks, right? Plus the 350, you're already a grand. And a brand new IS-38 on ECS's website is $1,200, brand new. So if you wanted to do the ECS route, you could. If you wanted to do a brand new IS-38 route, you could do that. However, there are prone. There are IS-30. It's a hit or miss. I believe it's based on the revisions, but it's a hit or miss. So you have to really realize, like, IS-38s, some people have oiling issues with them. Um, some people have oiling issues with them. And some people have like the center shaft sometimes gets loose, and then you have that shaft play. Me personally, if I blew my IS-20 tomorrow, if I didn't have the turbo here, and I blew my IS-20, I don't want that issue to happen again. So I will do my research, and you'll see like IS-38s. A lot of people going with this hybrid setup now, and I would recommend that to you, just because of the fact that one, the weaknesses of the OEM IS-38 are solved with this hybrid kit. Two, you're buying the turbo already. So then you have a new turbo. It's IS-38, and it's an upgraded IS-38 with already internals. Um, and call it a day. Yo, don't hurt Mert. I'm so sorry. I totally would recommend you getting it from he's right. FCP Euro does offer a lifetime warranty on every part that they sell. So if you blow a brand new IS-38 from them, they'll replace it at no cost to you. So that is I'm sure you'll have warranty anywhere else, but yes, I don't even know why I didn't say that. They have a Amazon Video series right now, FCP Euro, with their oh my god, if I had a TCR GTI body kit, oh my god, that would be everything in the world. But they have these TCR race cars, these TCR GTIs that are absolutely killer. And they're tearing up on the track. But yeah, I would recommend FCP Euro. Sorry about that. I don't even know why that didn't come to mind before. He's right. And it'll probably be around the same price range. Or they'll probably could work you out a good deal. To answer your question, I would not build someone's problem before. I would not build a used IS-38. I would, if someone else wants to build it and you want to sell it and someone else buys it, great. I don't think that's something that I would get into a headache of. I would just probably save up the money and get either a conventional IS-38, brand new, no issues with never been in anyone's car, or two, which will probably be the main option I would go with, considering the fact I'm going down this route, because I had the choice between OEM and IS-38 and the hybrid, Litco. I would probably do hybrid. And the reason why I say that is because you get the upgraded internals already. You can run more power, run more boost, run more fun, essentially. And the turbo is more reliable than the OEM products. So, that's just something just to keep in mind. Yeah, stop putting the regular. Yeah, you can't put you can't put regular fuel in that car, Connor. You got to stop doing that. I know it's cheaper, bro, but yo, you have a performance car. 93 or better. You cannot put 90, or if you live in California, 91. That is the lowest you can possibly go. Because I would totally do that. Whoops. Hang on one second. My bad. Let's see what we got here. Samsung. My love for cars have died randomly, and I have 3 years left on my financing. Have you ever experienced? My love for cars have died randomly, and I have 3 years left on my financing. Have you ever experienced this? Yes. I'll tell you a quick story. I had a 2013 Honda Accord. I was on a 5-year loan on it. I thought it was the fastest thing in the world. I was like, oh my God, it's a V6, and I lowered it, and I put performance brakes on it, and I was gonna do wheels and stuff like that. But when I did a track day on E85. I did a track day, and then that all went out the window. And then I was really upset with the car. For whatever reason, no matter what I did, control arms, all this other stuff, I could never get the Accord to perform the way I wanted it to. And I realized at that point that the Accord was never meant to be a performance car. The Accord was meant to be a nice coupe for the everyday drive. Yeah, you can make it sound good, it'll drive okay, but it's never going to handle anything better like a GTI or WRX or anything like that. And I was about 4 years in my loan. I only had one more year and I would have had the car paid off. And I got rid of it. And you know what? I don't regret it. I actually really enjoyed the fact that I made the switch. And I would do it all over again. Obviously I wish I did it sooner so I didn't pay so much money to Honda every month for the financing. But at the end of the day, I'm happy with my change. I got a cheaper payment out of it all. And I have a car that I absolutely love and adore. And, sharing the experience with you guys. So my platform got a lot bigger. I did some content with the Accord back in the day, but obviously the channel definitely grew when I got the Mark 7, and all you guys have supported that. But yeah. Let's see what else we got. He loved them out. He loved them out. He's ignition tube. Yeah, he did. Corey Burke, could you show a video of your license plate LED from Auto Key? I saw your unboxing. It looks like they have two brightness options. Curious on what yours look like. Okay, here's the thing about that. So I love Auto Key. They offer lifetime warranty on all their products in regards of the lighting. Every single year I've had to switch them because they kept getting condensation and water in it, and it would flicker and they would die out. This happened at least 4 times, and I was just sick of it. I actually went with another brand on Amazon. They weren't $50. They came with resistors and they look OEM, and I bought them and I've had them for a year now and I had no issues. I have no issues with them. I wish they were a little bit brighter, but it's still the whole brick. So, you just unplug the original assembly, put the new assembly in, and it has its own LED assembly inside of it. It has its own LED brick inside the assembly, and you just swap the assemblies. And I've had no issues with them. So I'm just going to continue using it. And they were only $15 with Prime for free shipping. So can you really argue with that? I'll show you a video on that if that's what you want to see. However, it's not going to be the Auto Key product. It's probably going to be, I'm probably going to order brighter ones from Amazon and install those and tell you the same reasons of why I just told you here. Let's open up a liquid moly lube shop. I'm sponsored by Ruve Motor Oils, so you would have to be on that by yourself. Euro Tripper is Alpine Vag Fair and Helen George. Oh, okay, that's the same show. Yes, I've heard of that show. I won't be able to make it because I'm going to European Experience the following week. As you guys know, I'm in New York. I can't drive to Georgia one weekend, drive back, and then the next week drive back again. So I won't be able to do that. Let's see. When are you running meth? I don't know if I am. I don't know if I'm ever going to go down that route. It's just impractical for me to run meth. Does Crazy a GTI corners better than a... Wait. Crazy a GTI better in corner than a GTI? Okay. Crazy. A GTI better corners than a GTI. I'm sure. That's kind of the same thing. But, let me change this camera angle. There we go. So, yeah, I mean, listen. At the end of the day, the car for stock with lowering springs handled very well. I just need the suspension to be a little bit more firm because you get a little bit of rebound and it makes the body hop a little bit. So I'll change that with some coilovers, which you guys will see in the next upcoming videos. Let's see what other comments that we have here. Thanks for your recommendation. I appreciate it. No problem. Like I said, you're just better off buying a brand new IS-38 rather than spending the money, which is like around $350 for a used one, spending another $600 to $700 rebuilding it, and then hoping it works correctly because it could still have issues, and then getting it back. I know companies that do it, but again, rebuilding a turbo is not cheap. You might as well just buy a brand new one and save yourself the headache. Stuck here with 91, wish I had 93. Yeah, buddy. California problems, along with that exhaust law that you guys have now too. Boosted says, how come I don't get pops and bangs on my GTI even though I'm in sport mode? Same thing. I'm stage 2 APR. So when you flash to APR, you have to ask them to give you the pops and bangs file along with your stage 2 tune. So, so you have to ask them for that. So whoever tunes your car with the APR map, tell them to add the pops and bangs file on top of that map. It will be free. It should be free as long as you have the APR stage 2 tune installed on your car already. So that's definitely free. You never talk about the audio system platform. I like Alpine car audio stuff of VW. The reason why I don't talk about the audio system in my car is because I love the stock sound system that comes in it, which is a Fender sound system. I have the SE of GTI. So pretty much I have all the I have a subwoofer that's located in the spare tire in the trunk. I have, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 speakers throughout the, no, 1, 2, 3, 4. I think it's either 6 or 8 speakers in the car in a GTI Mark 7. And it's Fender sound system, excuse me. It's Fender sound system, and I absolutely love it. I have no desire to change it. Just enough bass, just enough treble. The tone and the quality of the tuning of the sound quality of the music is perfect to me, and I have no desire to change it. My boy Calvin, though, he has a Mark 6 Autobahn, and he definitely changed everything in his thing. This thing bumps, bro. Let's see. Ziza Lighting Best LED. You ever planning on going a road trip to Chicago? I'm always down to come meet if you ever come. If I have a lot of subscribers out there, definitely. You know, I mean, definitely would like to make the trip to Chicago. I am going to try to make a trip to ECS Tuning. So, you know, maybe definitely I can, you know, definitely pop by Chicago and, you know, get some awesome pizza from you guys. I'm not going in the winter, though. Y'all got some crazy cold weather and some snowstorms, bro. So it has to be it definitely has to be in the summertime. So, but I might do that though, just for like a weekend thing. Go to ECS for a day, drive up to Chicago, stay there for the weekend, and then enjoy the weekend, and then drive back. It's about a 6-hour. I think it's like a 6 to 8 hour drive, if I'm not mistaken. Let's see. Boosted also said pops and bangs when driving, but when I parked and free revving, there's no pops. I'm with APR catted downpipe and a delete resonator. Oh, wait. I'm going to actually boost it really quickly. Hopefully you're still in this room. Are you a DSG car? That's going to make all the difference in the world. The pops and bangs are definitely there when driving loud. That's why. Okay. So the pops and bangs don't go into effect when you're in park revving freely. You either have to be in neutral or you have to be putting load on the car. So that's the only, in my opinion, I have a friend, Harry MK7, that has a DSG Mark 7, and he can only do revving. He can only do pops and bangs when he's in neutral at a standstill. He won't be able to do it when he's in park. So if you're in park trying to rev the car, it probably won't do it at that time. Also keep in mind for the pops and bangs, it happens on my file too. So when the car's cold, it won't do it. It won't do it. So you have to wait for the car to warm up as well, and then the pops and bangs will come on once you start moving the car for the first time after you turn on the engine. I noticed that a couple of times when people and the car stopped when it's turned off at a show, and people's like, "Hey, we hear the pops and bangs," and then I have to rev it for like freaking 5 minutes for it to circulate, and then it turns on. But yeah. So he says that's interesting, bro. Thanks for the input. You're absolutely welcome. All right, guys, we're at 58 minutes. If you guys don't have any more questions, like literally, I always do my Q&As for 1 hour, and you know, hopefully that you guys, you know, definitely did enjoy it. But yeah, like I said, you know, you're gonna see a lot of content. I'm waiting for a couple more packages now. Like I said, I'm refreshing the GTI currently, getting it all ready for the oh yeah, Boosted, you weren't in the chat for the beginning of the video, but I did say I was going to do POV drives before I did these mods and after I did these mods. I'm also going to do a lot of track days on POV view, as well as, like, you know, mount the GoPro in the sunroof, so you guys get a full view of what's ahead of me and me shifting and cornering, and you know, I'm trying to get a couple more GoPros to incorporate these different angles for you guys so you can see this awesome content. But all right, guys. Well, that's all the comments that I'm gonna answer today. But like I said, you're gonna see a lot of more content on Project Mark 7. I don't believe there'll be a video this week coming up, just because I'm preparing a lot of different stuff for the summer and spring. So just bear with me. But as soon as literally, I believe after next week, I'm going to push this content out like crazy. So I want you guys to be there for that. Be there for that. If you haven't already, make sure you subscribe to the channel. I'm sure everyone in here has subscribed to the channel. Make sure you like, share, and subscribe. You guys are welcome. I'm glad you guys spent time with me. So you'll get another Q&A in April. And as you guys know, cars are a lifestyle. Take care, and hope you guys have a good night. Enjoy. Take care, guys.